Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm on the Power Pole channel and I'm going to be going over a shoulder day I did, getting back into the swing of things and how I plan to build up my shoulders. Let's see it. Alright, welcome everybody. Today we're going to go over my shoulder day. So, looking at the first set here, we have a 45-pound barbell warm-up. As you can see, I get the barbell into a kind of loaded position on the top of my chest there. Close grip, because that's really what I know the best. You'll see me working on wide grip throughout this whole video, but my shoulders just go crazy when I try and get that wide grip, so that's one thing I work on in this video. But let's see it. Alright, so as I mentioned before, here's the wide grip. I actually did two 45-pound warm-ups, one with the wide grip. Felt pretty good, it looks pretty light right here, but it did feel heavy doing that, but we're gonna get back into it soon enough. And I say get back into it, I haven't done shoulder press in quite a minute, but I do want to build up the strength. I've mainly been focusing on my bench and general upper body aesthetics, but I want to get back into my compound lifts, and I'm here to show you all of it. So I'm excited for that. But how am I gonna build up my shoulders again? So as I said in the intro, I kind of have a plan. My main goal is to get that width on the bar, at least the grip wise. I've started using a wider grip while benching. It used to just be super close grip like you see on the screen here with the 65-pound warm-up, but I realized that I had a weakness when I went wide, so I'm gonna have to go wider more often. Also, my bench is really great, but my shoulder press needs to improve. I don't know if it's just me, but that's been a hard point. My back and chest are doing really well, but the shoulder press, it needs to get above average here. So we're gonna do another wide grips set to get ready for our top set. I do the top set narrowly, but that is just because I just wanted to move some weight, to be honest with you. But after we get that wide grip set done, it is time to move on into the weight I'll be using. Now, I didn't see him before I started doing this, but I kinda consider myself to take from the likes of Buck Tow Truck. He's a fellow YouTuber who does some great form on his exercises, I think. He's always true. He has a weightlifter-ish squat using them cowboy boots, but big respect there. Just kind of that loaded up stance with power driven through the feet and a pretty narrow stance, getting some power off the little stretchiness in your arms and in your chest and shoulders from when you first start it. As you can see, I tried wide grip here, but it was just too much of a burden to even get off the rack. So we gotta work on that. That's alright. That's what weightlifting's for. Alright, here it is. This is the set I will be taking to the max. So another way I'm gonna improve my shoulder press is by just doing more. I've been kind of slacking out on shoulders in general, so by just ramping up that volume just the slightest bit, by not cross training as much, by having a wholly focused day on it, I think it will be a huge improvement. So get ready for the shoulder arc. Alright, 105, going up, went a little back, but as you can see, we're going to get it for just more than one. There's two. I like the stretch on that one. Bounced off the chest pretty well. Big brace and push up. That looked real easy. I think I get three. But That stability training a little bit at the top is pretty useful too. Oh, no, I got 4. Alright. I'll take that. So that is 105 for 4. That is a PR. And we're going to see me load a little bit. Try and get it up. Too much crashing down on me there. And that was a hard set. But that was a good set nonetheless. So let's move on to a slightly lower weight and do it all over again. It is now time. The war has just begun. The majority of the work is over, but we still got to get that extra sets in. Now I did quite a bit of volume on here, and I feel like I got some good work in my stabilizers this time. You'll see me do some crazy exercises later. But 25s are moving well here. This 95 pounds. As you can see, I'm doing the same form. I'm more confident in these because it's less weight. I got pretty cooked by that 105. That much of my body weight overhead is just crazy. Hopefully we'll get to 100% body weight overhead one of these days. Maybe that'll be the goal. I think that'll be the goal, body weight overhead. As we can see, it is going up, and we get a few assisted reps here. That's right, you could self-assist on shoulder press if you just do a little jerk. That's one tip I'd have to say, that with your legs you just pop it up and then slowly get it down again. Underrated. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. Alright, let's see a wide grip set. Here's a weight I'm comfortable with. Here I'm just going to focus on like kind of unlocking some mobility from my shoulders, because I realize it's such a difficult position for me specifically to push from. I'm very used to narrow stance. I'm kind of a narrow guy, so these feel crazy on my shoulders. They're opening them up. It feels like a little bit of bro science, I know, but I felt this set was necessary. I had to get a set like this in here. Set to failure with wide grip. One day you'll see me doing good things on wide grip. Big things. Oh yeah. Got it up again. But that shoulder mobility is super important. And I don't really have much doctrine for shoulders. It has not been a priority, but I plan to change that. Let me know what you guys do for shoulders, what you can't live without. Are there any secrets like 20 rep breathing squats, pause squats, arch with the bench? Is there any secrets like that for shoulder press? I don't know. I've just been doing this form that I've kind of cozied into. There hasn't been a monumental breaking moment for me. Okay, here is a long and grueling set of lateral raises. So I've always kind of done lateral raises. I'd say I have decent side delts. So I'm doing just 10 pounds on each side, but they feel a lot heavier, I gotta say. It was just the right amount of weight, and with perfect form, you could say this was a pretty good set. I usually go up heavier than just 10 pounds, of course, but today was a pretty heavy duty day, so this was all I needed. And if you go to failure anyway and truly push yourself, it doesn't really matter what weight you use so long as you get there, right? But these were hard. Got humbled a little bit. But you'll see we take these all the way to the end. This is just the beginning. This is another thing I kind of recommend, is you curl it up and then cheat it on the way down. These extra reps are reps people wouldn't have gotten. These are the reps that you put in the extra work for. So these are reps I feel that will give me that difference in my progress. As you can see, I got to pull out some, those haven't been used in a million years, but those are the 6-pound dumbbells. My shoulders are on fire at this point, just spamming these reps. But it's important to make sure you're done. So I gotta take it to failure again. See these little pink 6-pound dumbbells humiliating me here. Nonetheless, it's what's gonna help my shoulders grow. Switch up the form a little bit. Trying to make it save me, but it's not gonna save me. My CNS gets fried, and these pink dumbbells are kicking my ass, but it is a great shoulder movement. And I believe I move on to some of those because my shoulders, shoulders are cranky things, they're gonna bust as soon as they can. They're gonna break apart. So I thought I'd get some other range of motion work in there. Pretty much bro science, but... And yes, you may be asking, what is he doing? I am going to a set of failure with 0 pounds. Yeah, 0 pound lateral raises to failure. Not quite failure, but you know what I mean. Got a little extra burn. My phone died here again. I'll get better at that, but what I did is I took this crazy machine, this little attachment, and lifted the weight overhead. I don't know what it's called. This is about 40-ish pounds. Anyway, thanks for watching my shoulder day. Let me know if you have any recommendations in the comments.